What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Dr. Killjoy coming back at you again. Today we're going to be talking all things Stage 3 for the CDL. Just finished up the Stage 2. Toronto Ultra bringing home the major victory in a 5-3 fashion over the Atlanta FaZe. So, post Stage 2, we're picking new groups for Stage 3. That went down today. YouTube videos on the CDL YouTube channel, I believe. Breaking down the groups real quick. In Group A, you got the Toronto Ultra. Obviously, they won the tournament. Dallas Empire, Minnesota Rocker, Florida Mutineers, Paris Legion, and the LA Gorillas. Solid group. I do think that there's a stronger group. We'll go through Stage B real quick. You have Atlanta FaZe, the runner-ups in Stage 2, Optic Chicago, LA Thieves, New York Subliners, Seattle Surge, and the London Royal Ravens. Now, if you're asking me which group I personally think is stronger, I would say Group B is stronger, but part of that is because I don't know. Toronto worries me. And I respect them. I know I'm a Toronto hater. I do have more respect on their name now. I'm not saying they're going to place like bottom in their group. Obviously, they won't. But I feel like they could be inconsistent. They had a really good weekend. There's absolutely no denying that, but they could be inconsistent. I guess only time will tell on that one, so we'll have to wait and see. Group B also has probably the three fan favorite teams in FaZe, Optic, and LA Thieves. So the views for those matches are going to be through the roof. Let me tell you what. Group B, we're finally going to see another FaZe versus Optic. 100%, there's no denying it. You're going to see an Optic versus LA Thieves. Up in Group A, you're going to see Dallas and Rocker again. One of the most underrated series from Stage 2. We're going to see a rematch of that during the stage, whatever you want to... Oh, I mean, it is called the stage, but during the weeks of the stage. Few side notes, talking Rostermania as well. We did have a few team changes. Florida, they bench slacked, and they are starting Havoc off of the bench. They were testing out a few players. I think there was like 3 or 4 players that they were testing out. End up going with Havoc. I feel like Havoc and Slacked are pretty similar players, so I don't know how much of a difference that makes. They'll definitely have their honeymoon period. Every team change, you have a honeymoon period where you're going to be playing better. I don't know that it's a massive change. I guess we'll have to wait and see. Havoc is really good in S&D. I would say that's his strongest game mode. He has so many clutches over the years that we'll see if it makes an impact for him. It could, it might not. It might be the exact same team. I guess we'll have to wait and see. Next up, you have Paris. You have Temp subbing in for Fire. I think this is probably the best team change that was made. Fire was playing really inconsistently. I think it's going to do good for him to go down into Challengers. He's got a pretty good squad down in Challengers. I don't remember exactly what it is, but it's looking like it's going to be a pretty good squad for him. I think it's Slacked, Methods, him, and one other, if I'm remembering correctly. Something like that. I don't know. I don't think it is those people, actually, now that I'm thinking. He might be with Mac, actually. I think he's with Mac. I don't know the full squad, though. Speaking of Mac, finishing up with Paris, I think Temp is just going to be a much more consistent player. He'll have a chance to shine on that team rather than being the scapegoat like he was on LA Thieves. So it's definitely a prove it or lose it opportunity for Temp. He might be seeing the boot if he doesn't perform, so we're going to need to see Temp shine. But I think he has the opportunity. That should be a consistent middle-of-the-pack team. I don't know necessarily tournament winners, but I mean, Ultra won a major, so anything can happen in this league. But like I said, Mac did get benched. I don't know that this one's been confirmed, but if you look on CDL Intel, any of the things like that, if you look at the scrims, who's been scrimming with them, Mac has been benched in favor of Hydra. I think this is a good switch. I don't think Mac is a good player, and he's proven that. Like last year when he came in, he was a really good player for the Subliners. This year, he hasn't had as good of a year. I don't know that he's necessarily bench-worthy, but they definitely did need a change. The team went 0-6 in the second major map count, so that's unacceptable results. We got to do something. Hydra's also an insane talent. There is the language barrier, as English is not his first language. French, unless I'm cracked out of my skull. I believe French is his first language, so we'll see how that works. There was also a very heavily rumored that they're trying to get Sib from the FaZe Academy team. That's what it's called. They're trying to get Sib. He's Atlanta FaZe's only substitute player at this point. He's not going to get subbed in. That would be crazy. But they were trying to get him and potentially sub him in for Diamond Con was a rumor. So hopefully with this new roster, Hydra subbed in, we'll see the whole team playing well, or else Diamond Con could be the next to go. Something to watch out for. And I believe that's going to do it for our confirmed team changes, even though the New York one isn't confirmed yet. I'll go ahead and call it. It's more than likely what the situation is going to be. I think Mac got, because the Challengers roster lock already happened, and I'm pretty sure he's on a roster, so he's definitely subbed out. Hydra is the sub on New York as of now, so that's the only reasonable explanation. We're going to lock that one in. So, going into our Stage 3, we have 3 weeks, just like every other stage. Week 1, you got the London Royal Ravens home series. They haven't announced any time when they are going back to LAN. Honestly, I don't expect LAN till maybe Champs, honestly. They did announce that they are going to go back. They just didn't say when. I would love to see Champs on LAN, but I guess we'll have to just wait and see until they do announce when they are making it back to LAN. Sooner rather than later, but also got to keep everything safe. So, Week 1 of Stage 3, you got the London Royal Ravens home series. Some of the Sunday matchups, you got FaZe in New York. That should be a banger. Ultra and Empire, that could be a good series. I would say those are probably the two potential great series that weekend. Moving on, it is still Thursday through Sunday, 4-day event. Moving on to Week 2. It's Stage 3, Week 2. It says it's hosted by Paris, but this is not a Paris home series, or else they would have had that same logo. So that doesn't really make sense to me, but Stage 3, Week 2, hosted by the Paris Legion, I guess. Thursday, you actually have, both of those are pretty good matchups, New York and London, and then Atlanta and the LA Thieves. Very last match of the weekend, you have Chicago and LA Thieves, the rivalry situation you have there. Nadeshot versus Optic. Let's see. Those are probably the series to watch out for that weekend. And then going into the final weekend of Stage 3, you have the Dallas Empire home series. Stage 3, Week 3. Lots of bangers to watch out for. Thursday, you got Chicago versus New York. That should be a good one. Saturday, you have LA Thieves versus New York. That also should be a good one. And then this Sunday could have major implications going into the Stage 3 major. You got Surge and London. They could be competing. Those teams, I would say, are at about the same level right now. That could be a big match for seeding. You have FaZe versus Optic. I cannot wait for that match. That one is going to be a banger. No matter what happens, you know that's going to be a good series. And then to end the weekend, end Stage 3 regular season, if that's what you want to call it, you have Dallas Empire and the Minnesota Rocker. The rematch from the Stage 2 major winners round 2 or something like that. That one also should be a banger. Also that Sunday, day before my birthday. That's a great lead up into the birthday. You absolutely love to see it. That's an early present right there. That's going to do it for our Stage 3 breakdown. Let me know what you guys think. If you want to see another one of these going into Stage 4, who do you guys have leading the way in Stage 3? If we're going back to our groups real quick, I got to say, top 2 seeds. I'm taking Rocker out of Group A, and whoever wins between FaZe and Optic in their matchup will be seed 1 out of Group B. Let me know what you guys think. That's going to do it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed. We'll see you next time. Goodbye!